Hey, good morning. Welcome to our call this morning, gentlemen and ladies and friends and family all around the world. My name's David Cutler, and I'm going to be giving you a quick update today about not only our new program that we're getting ready to launch, but also about what's going on with our IP. So for the first few minutes, I'm going to cover the IP situation, which most of you know. So for those of you all around the world that are joining now live, or going to be joining later on today to watch the video, I've asked Elias to come onto the call as well, which he is here to go through our program. However, we do have some changes of our plan. We have decided that we are not going to be moving forward with the actual launch of our program today. Sorry, I've got somebody called me. I apologize. We are not going to be launching our program today. We're going to explain our program today, and we'll also explain why we're not going to launch it. But it will give you a good idea of our program. It's been a very challenging week for Ripple this week. Actually, Paul's not even going to be able to make the call today due to the fact that he's in meetings as we speak, or maybe they've ended. I'm not sure. But we've come across a situation that we was not prepared for. We are in the process of getting prepared and making the changes what we need to do. But after working this week very closely with our attorney out of Broward County, Florida, Fort Lauderdale actually, we had not been informed originally that the IP protection would only cover us under the US, and it would not cover us in other jurisdictions around the world. There are different requirements in different jurisdictions, i.e., if you're in Europe, it's different than what it is in Asia. And if it's something that's in Africa, it's different than something that's in the US. So we've been working with Jim to try and find out what the solution is. And the solution is just money. Okay, that's the bottom line. So they're telling us right now, they estimate it'll be about $1.5 million for us to get the IP protected in all jurisdictions around the world. So the reason it's that high for anybody that may be a legal person on here is that we have identified, we've shared with you 62 potential games that we want to go forward with. Well, actually, we're closer to 90 different games or different environments. So every time one of those games is, whether it's a senior game, for somebody, or whether it is a sporting game like NFL or soccer or cricket or hockey, they're all different, and what's got to happen is they've got to be written up differently. So they are giving us an estimate to get all of our stuff done at about $1.5 million. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, we're not going to try to get all 90 games done first. We'll be here in a year from now still trying to do that. So that's not the plan. The plan is to move forward with the necessary sporting games right from the get-go, which is what we plan to do. And we do expect that to be obviously the priority one is obviously NFL, followed by soccer. We know that really covers a tremendous amount. However, we also have to consider there are a lot of people that perhaps don't like soccer or football that we want to participate in the games so that they get points. Therefore, we've got to think of things of senior age. We got to think of ladies. We got to think, and I'm not saying ladies don't like soccer. Please forgive me. I didn't mean it that way. But, we have to think about the different environments. And we do have things, everything from even chessboard games that you can play. So there's a lot of different things. So we have to, because of the way the code's got to be written, or the IP's protection's got to be written the way it's designed to give up the points, is going to create us a little bit more time, and we are not ready to launch our new program till we need about another week before we can do this, so that we're not. We don't want you to get excited and get going and doing something on a new program. Then all of a sudden they come back and say, well, we're not going to be able to launch this month. We're going to have to launch in 2 months from now or something. And they will not budge. Nobody will budge attorney-wise, as in giving us advice. We're going forward with any of the games. Now, I've said that, which is all disappointing news, but it's also exciting to know that it can be protected. But we are moving forward with the Magic game and also the banners. So that is something that we're still moving forward. So there'll be participation, and then there'll be chance to build your teams. And of course, we are talking about sports. So we are putting together a couple of different things that create team environments, which I know things like Elias and Kelly and some of you guys listening to the call, you love that, having that team environment. So we are working on things like that will come up. So it'll be in the Magic game. It's going to also be in the banners. The banners are going to be very, very successful because there's a financial part to that as well that allows somebody to be rewarded financially. So it's not only just the points. So overall, guys, at the moment we can't tell you any more about the IP. Again, Paul was hoping to be on the call today after meeting with some attorneys or solicitors or business people, whoever he is, to get the right advice on how to do this IP, which is, I think it's the same potential people that he's been dealing with the terms and conditions. However, we don't have that answer. So that's where we are right now. So what I want to do is tell you about what we have got planned for you, but instead of it starting tomorrow, we're not going to get it to start tomorrow. And the reason we don't want it to start tomorrow, please don't stop. Keep signing up, people. Use your initiative whenever you get a chance to share with somebody, share them about it, because they're always going to fall onto your category. They're always going to fall into your team with your points. However, we don't want you to go out and put the extra effort into it if we're not ready, because we want them people to get excited so they're participating. So we don't want you to waste any extra energy when we know this thing's going to happen naturally. Plus, with the round robin, it's going to happen naturally. Now, one of the things what we want to do is quickly tell you today, I'm just going to cover the basics for you. So now what I'm going to ask Elias, if he wants to come in now and address in Spanish what's going on with the IP side. Elias, would you like to, before we get into the game part, would you like to quickly share with everybody in Spanish what the delays are and how important it is for us to protect this? And by the way, good morning. I'm sorry. Sorry,
it's
brother.
Okay, don't worry. Good morning, Dave. Hola a todos.
I've been running. No, sorry. I've been on the roll since 6 o'clock this morning. I was just keep going. So I apologize. But how are you? How's the family? How you doing?
Doing well, thank God.
You look like your diet's doing good. You look like you're losing more and more weight, brother.
Yes.
Are you feeling more healthy?
Of course. You bet on that.
Well, good. Well, share with our folks what's going on the IP side. I really didn't know that an IP was not protected around the world. I would have asked the question, but we only found out this week that it only is related to the United States. You have to, it's like a patent. You have to file international stuff. So if you could just share with everybody, it's not going to delay us a year or two or something like that. It's just going to delay us in what priority games we move forward with first, which obviously we're doing the NFL and then soccer. And then we got to think about the other side of the people that don't like sports necessarily, because it's, there's going to be people that don't like sports. So we got to think of the other games. But if you could explain that quickly in Spanish, that would be fantastic.
No problem. First of all, I would like to say good morning to everyone, Jennifer, Daniel, everybody. Hola a todos, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Muy buenos días. Supuestamente hoy vamos a explicar a ustedes el programa nuevo, vamos a dar paso a paso cómo está trabajando, cómo va a trabajar, pero lastimosamente no vamos a poder hacerlo hoy. ¿Por qué razón? Porque descubrimos la semana pasada que la protección legal de la dirección IP estaba solamente hecho para los Estados Unidos. Entonces, no podemos lanzarlo a nivel mundial porque no hay protección a nivel mundial, en especial cuando arrancamos los juegos, los NFL, todos los otros juegos. Entonces, solamente está protegido en los Estados Unidos. Entonces, legalmente vamos a estar muy débil a nivel internacional hablando de dirección IP. Entonces, hicieron la investigación suficiente para ver cómo podemos hacer para tener la protección IP a nivel mundial. Y sí se puede hacerlo a nivel mundial, pero esto cuesta dinero y cuesta por lo menos $1.5 million para tener protección a nivel internacional del IP. Entonces, por eso no vamos a hacer el lanzamiento en su tiempo correcto. Vamos a tardar posiblemente 1 semana, 2 semanas, 3 semanas y no vamos a poder poner todos los juegos porque recuerdan, los juegos el que vamos a usar debe de tener la protección todo a nivel mundial. Entonces, vamos a arrancar con los juegos poco a poco. Entonces, esto es la mala noticia y buena noticia al mismo tiempo, porque sí vamos a arrancar el programa, pero con los juegos sencillos. Por ejemplo, el Match It Game va a seguir adelante, los banners, todo esto vamos a seguir haciéndolo súper bien y poco a poco vamos metiendo los juegos, depende este tipo de protección. Ahora, vamos también no solamente pensar con juegos del NFL o el soccer o el fútbol, o no, vamos a tener a cubrir todas las opiniones y necesidades o no es necesidades, el gusto de cada persona. Por ejemplo, hay personas no le gustan el fútbol, no le gustan el NFL, no le gusta, posiblemente le gustan otro tipo de deporte. Nosotros vamos a estar haciendo cobertura para varios tipos de juegos para cubrir todo los gustos en el programa. Entonces, eso es lo que quiero ahorita compartirlo con ustedes sobre el dirección IP. ¿Ok? Entonces, el lanzamiento no va a ser en su tiempo correcto, pero vamos a estar trabajando y seguir trabajando. Y lo primero que va a salir es el Match It Game y el Banners. Así, ahorita vamos a regresar a Dave para ver qué más información hay. Gracias. Ok, Dave.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So for a recap, and you're right, Elias, first, and stay with me here, brother. You're right. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, brothers, sisters, I don't have, when you're on this call, you can have a section on the side. You can have a different layout so you can see all the people that are joining the call. I don't do that because it's distracting when I'm talking, because you guys are all chatting between yourselves. So for all of you here, Jennifer and everybody else that's here, welcome to the call. I apologize. I should have most probably done that first. Thank the Lord you're here, Elias. Right. So let's move on, guys. So you all know now where we sit on what's happening there. For those of you who missed it, please rewatch the first 5-10 minutes of this. It'll quickly explain it. Now, again, the new process or the new program is a point-driven program that we haven't completely 100% gone with these names, but we're at 99.9%. So there's going to be 5 categories of the new program. Now, even though I'm going to discuss it and share with you a little bit today, please understand we're not launching it tomorrow. It's very, very important that we don't want you to go out, but we're going to, because we shared last week, we're going to give you it. So the first membership program is going to have a status called a helper. Now, remember what we do here. So what we're trying to do is obviously help everybody, meaning the individual member who's playing, who can get some points maybe for a coupon to go and get something to eat at McDonald's, or maybe a warm coat or water or groceries or whatever. So because everybody's always playing for somebody else, we wanted to keep it real standard. I know some of you are going to say, well, can't we have diamond, and why can't we have silver and platinum and all these other names? No, we wanted to be related to what we're doing. So the first status is all members will be known as what we call a helper. That means that you will have, eventually you'll have a status, and different membership cards will be issued and things, and it'll be called a helper. Everybody gets that. That's your first status as number 1. You get a single point for everything you do, and that point is divided in different games, different ways, but basically it goes 50% out to the charity. You're going to find, as you get into this, there are some changes as we've progressed over the last 5 months, that certain games will give you the option that you can split your points. So you might have your own foundation that you want to make sure they always get some points. So you'll be able to take your percentages and say, okay, 70% of my points are going to go to the main cause, which could be NFL, say their cause, and 30% would go to your cause that you support. So we've also tweaked the program so you're going to know how the points are going to go out. So that's the first one. Then the second one, which is going to get you a point and a quarter, is going to be what we call a supporter. So the supporter is somebody that goes out and beyond and does something a little bit more and supports our program. So that status is going to be a supporter. And in that supporter status, that means you're going to get a point and a quarter. So instead of you earning a point, you get a point and a quarter. And that, obviously, they're going to keep getting more and more. The next one is an advocate. So an advocate is somebody that is completely behind what we're doing and pushing the model, and somebody that's contributions to what we're doing, things that are also known in charity world is an advocate. And for that, you get 1.5 points for everything you do in that area. Then we move up into 2 top categories, and they are what we call a champion and a guardian. The champion is the next level, which you get 2 points. So you double your points. When you get to a champion level, what happens is you're going to be recognized. You are a champion. You have done it. It's one of the highest rankings you can get in any sportings. You're a champion. So we've decided to go with that. Like I say, these are 99.9%. We're just having the legal terminology checked on them to making sure there's no issues with different names in different countries, etc., etc. And then the last one, which is the guardian, that's really cool. You get 3 points for everything you do. 3 points. So if you participate in a game, you get 3 points. So what you're going to say is, or I would think what you're going to say is, well, how do you qualify for these? So we put a lot of thought into this, and we don't want to disrespect anybody because there's a lot of people out there done a lot of work to sign up people. But the fact is, we're not going to give you extra points just because you signed up people. We're going to give you rewards because you've got people participating in the active games. So each game, as it plays, is going to give you that category status. So what's going to happen is if you make it today and you've got 100 people signed up, but you've only got, say, 5 people that are active in the game, it's going to give you a different status than what you are if you're at, say, a guardian that gives you the maximum 3 points. So that's how we've kind of designed this program. I don't want to overcomplicate it, but what I wanted to do is let people know where it is. So you're going to be able to get 3 points if you get to a guardian, and it's not going to be the amount of signups, because a lot of people can have the ability just to sign up people. Plus, we know that the round robin is going to fall in place here, so we don't want people to get lost in signups. What we want to do is get them people active playing in the games. So it's going to be active people that participate into your status, knowing that you can build your own teams and you can get your own points. So we're going to only offer this. We originally was going to offer this window for 30 days. We've had the discussion this week. We're going to open this for a period of 90 days. And that's going to be the only time that it will open up. So you've got plenty of time to not only sign up people or your existing signups, but to get them active and start participating in the Magic game, the Banners games, the first sport games. You're going to have a nice 90-day window to get to that status. And then once you reach that status, it's your status. Okay. It doesn't change after that. You don't lose your status kind of thing. So we're pretty excited about what we put together. It does give you the opportunity for 3 points, but please remember, at 3 points, you divide everything by 50%, and that 50% becomes what they call a whole 100%, that you'll have the opportunity to direct that into different percentages to different causes. So I don't know, Elias, if I give you too much all at once. But first of all, I'll ask you, do you have any questions about, obviously I have a whole thing here, like a PowerPoint presentation to go through this program, which we were going to do today. But because we're not going to launch it today, we don't want to over confuse people. But do you like where we're going, as in the being active in the games rather than just straight? Yeah, it gives everybody a real good opportunity, because to be honest with you, if you only get 10 people in your team and they're all active, you've done your part and you should be rewarded for that, rather than having people that sign up maybe 100 people and nobody does nothing. So if you'd like to explain that first part in Spanish, I'd really appreciate it.
Sure. But just the first thing, I want to know, what was the first status?
So all members are going to be a helper. That's the status. Yeah, they're all going to be a helper because they're helping. They're doing something that we want to do it. Now, we're playing with different logos and things, to make it look a little bit more well, but you'll be known as a helper. So what's Rewards Ripple? Well, I'm a helper. What I do is I go out and help different charities. So we're trying to word it to make sure, but everybody who becomes a member is a helper, and then directly after the helper, it just moves up into the different categories that we thought were pretty good names. We love the fact the advocate, champion, and guardian. And of course, the supporter is somebody that is going out and one step above the other as just a helper.
Okay, the helper will only take 1 point, correct?
Yeah, that's just a straightforward membership. So anybody that comes in under their membership name, it would just say helper. So everybody knows about it. And then if somebody wants to find out, hey, how do I get more points? That's when they're going to be able to read the membership link. And it says, oh, when you do this, you become a supporter, you get rewards. When you do this, you become a guardian and you get more points.
Okay, no problem. I will.
You like?
Yes,
you like or you don't like?
Of course. No, I like it. I like it. Of course, I like it, and it's going to be a fair game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fair for everybody. And the other good thing is it's going to be a 90-day window to get to that status. And we're not, guys, we're not going to give. I know the numbers, and I nearly started to tell you them, but you don't need to have 1,000 people playing in the game. We're talking about having handful of peoples to get to that level. We're not trying to. What we're trying to do is accomplish our goal. If they get in, they would duplicate to get other people in, which are more points to help more people. So we're only talking small numbers, guys. We're not talking crazy numbers, just so you know.
Okay, let me explain this also. Hola de nuevo. Bueno, como comenté a ustedes anteriormente que no vamos a lanzarlo ahorita por las razones que mencioné antes, pero vamos a explicar ciertos puntos para ustedes para que sepan cómo vamos a trabajar. ¿Por qué razón? Por ejemplo, en base a tu trabajo, en base a tu gente, usted va a empezar a ganar un estatus en el programa de Rewards Ripple que va a definir a usted qué tipo de premios usted puede ganar. Por ejemplo, cuando una persona entra directamente en el programa, va a entrar con el estatus de helper. Normalmente, cualquier persona entra o registra, va a entrar con este estatus donde va a calificar a él a ganar un punto por lo que hace. Por ejemplo, si juega, si invita, si hace un montón de tareas, va a ganar un punto, ¿verdad? Ahorita, si hay algo muy interesante aquí, que este estatus usted va a empezar a adquirirla en base a lo que estás haciendo usted y tu equipo. ¿Cómo? Por ejemplo, si usted invitaste una persona o 2 o 3 o 10 personas y estas personas no hacen nada, usted no va a ganar estos puntos. Usted debe de hacer que tu equipo trabaja como usted, que sean activos, juegan, hacen las tareas que deben de hacer, etcétera, etcétera. Entonces, cada vez ellos hacen esta actividad, usted va a empezar a ganar estos puntos. Y así va a acumular los puntos. Entonces, este es el helper. Si usted ganaste o ya tiene personas que están haciendo actividades, usted puede subir de estatus y puede tener algo que es el supporter. El supporter va a empezar a ganar más puntos, 1.25 puntos por cada actividad que hace o hace tu equipo. Después, si usted tiene más actividad en tu equipo, puede subir a Advocate, que te va a ganar 1.5 puntos. Después de esto, el mismo proceso va a ganar puntos y va a subir de estatus a Champion, que va a ganar 2 puntos. Y por final llega al último, que es el Guardian, que va a ganar 3 puntos. Entonces, ¿qué debe hacer usted? Usted no solamente debe de invitar a la gente, necesitas enseñarlos cómo estar activos en los juegos, en el programa, en todo lo que está, actividades adentro del programa. Así usted va a empezar a subir de estatus y ellos también van a empezar a subir de estatus. En esta manera, usted va a tener más puntos. Y recuerda, estos puntos al final va a dividir 50-50, depende la caridad que usted quiere compartir con, por ejemplo, si usted elige X o J o Z caridad, entonces, o una organización que quiere ayudar, estos 50% van a ir a esta organización. Entonces, es muy interesante, y esto enseña también que eso es un juego justo. ¿Qué significa esto? que hay personas invitan y ninguna de las personas al que ellos invitan hacen algo, entonces, y ellos piensan que van a subir y subir y subir. No, aquí debe de enseñar a tu equipo que sea activo. Cuando ellos están activos y usted está activo, todo el mundo está ganando puntos. Entonces, eso es algo muy interesante. Eso es lo que quiero explicar a ustedes. Ahora, ¿cómo puede calificar a esto? Vuelvo a decir, la actividad. El estatus se construye en base a actividad. Ahora, al momento en que lanzamos esto, vamos a tener 90 días. 90 días estos usted puede invitar y estar activo con su equipo, donde usted va a llegar a X estatus. Por ejemplo, puede ser champion, puede ser guardian, puede ser advocate, cualquiera de estos. Cuando terminen los 90 días, usted ya va a estar en este nivel, ya no puede bajar más. ¿Ok? Puede subir, pero no puede bajar. Eso es en base a las actividades. Entonces, cuando usted tiene una estatus, no va a perderla. ¿Ok? Bueno, eso es lo que quiero compartir con ustedes y regresamos con Dave. Ok, Dave.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, if you haven't heard the first part of the call, you got on late, please go back and listen to that rather than me repeat it for everybody. But the bottom line is, obviously, we're not going to launch for tomorrow. We're going to wait. We're going to wait most probably. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be a week or it could be 2 weeks. While I'm talking about that, on the 28th of September, there will not be a call that Saturday. We will be at the we'll be in Monte Carlo. We'll be out for the day at the boat regatta or the boat show with Prince Albert, which is we're hoping to be a part of Ripple. So we've got plans to meet his team. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to completely go, but that will be on the 28th. Therefore, there will not be a call on the 28th. I'm leaving this week. I have to go into Europe. I've got to go to Portugal. I got to go to Barcelona. I got to meet with Norwegian Cruise Lines. I've also got to go into London and also into Guyana. So I have a very, very busy schedule. I'm sure Paul will jump on a call next Saturday if I can't make it for an update next Saturday. But basically on our end, guys, our teams are working, nonstop. We had another typhoon hit the Philippines, just so you guys are aware of it, and we lost power for a couple of days. But our guys are still working, doing what we need to do, everything on the back end. And of course, really what we're in a stale mode right now is because we'd like to get things launched, but we're being just told to hold off at the moment. But anyway, thank you for all joining the call. Obviously, as always, please be careful, be safe. The new reward program, once we know it's going to go live, we do have a PowerPoint presentation to really explain it. We're trying to keep it simple rather than over confuse it. And of course, everybody's going to be doing their part to bring on other people, whether it's to get your own points. But every time you get your own points, you're getting points for somebody else. So why not be rewarded for them? And that's what we want to do. So thank you for joining us today. Thank you for everybody's effort. My suggestion, as always, is just keep spreading the word. Send the video out to people. Keep signing people up. The more you have, the more points you get. The more points you get, the more rewards you get. Really that simple. But thank you all for being here. Sylvie's back with us, as you can see. She's sending out a message. So she's catching up on stuff. She's feeling better. But if anybody has anything, please send in a question or get hold of Sylvia, and she'll obviously take care of whatever you got. Elias, thank you for being with us. God bless to you and the family, and to all of and everyone out there joining the call. We appreciate you very much. Appreciate your patience. It will be very rewarding. So we have some other special things for certain people that are very loyal to us. You're going to find out what we have got rewarded for you. So guys, thank you. God bless. Have a great weekend. And I will see you hopefully next Saturday. If not, I'll see you on a call in October. As I say, I will not be around on the 28th, which is 2 weeks from now. Thank you, guys. Take care. God bless.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
God
Bye-bye.
bless.